You are on a laptop in a hotel. The incident dashboard lives on a private web host. The database host has no public address. The only public SSH endpoint is the Bastion, and security is right to keep it that way. You could ask for firewall changes, open a VPN ticket, or copy data around by hand. Or you can build one clean SSH setup, jump through the Bastion, forward the dashboard to localhost, reuse connections so it feels fast, and give scripts a profile that fails instead of hanging for a prompt. SSH tunneling is TCP forwarding carried inside an SSH session you are authorized to use. It exists because many admin services should not listen on the internet. Dashboards, admin panels, database ports, internal APIs, staging tools. The tunnel gives your laptop a local port, usually bound to loopback, and SSH carries those bytes to a destination reachable from the server side. ProxyJump solves the path problem. Your laptop does not need direct routing to every private subnet. The Bastion becomes the controlled entry point. The important practitioner move is not memorizing one command. It is putting the pattern in SSH config, so the safe path is the easy path. For a local forward, the SSH client opens a listening socket on your machine. When your browser connects to that socket, the client packages the stream into the encrypted SSH connection. On the remote side, SSHD opens a new TCP connection to the target host and port. That target name is resolved from the remote side, not from your laptop. With ProxyJump, the client first authenticates to the Bastion, then uses that path to reach the final SSH server. For a multi-hop chain, each jump is listed in order. Nothing magical is happening. It is controlled TCP forwarding, authenticated SSH, and routing from places that are supposed to have access. Here is the core stanza. Host dash creates a friendly name, so you type SSH dash instead of rebuilding the command. HostName WEB01 means the actual SSH server for this profile is the private web host. ProxyJump Bastion tells OpenSSH to reach WEB01 through the Bastion stanza in the same config file. LocalForward maps your laptop port 188080 bound to 127.0.0.1 to dash port 8080 as seen from the remote side. ExitOnForwardFailure yes matters. If the tunnel cannot bind or cannot be established, SSH exits instead of giving you a false sense that the dashboard is available. The full copy block in the description includes users, DB access, multiplexing, and the batch profile. Now assemble the scenario. The laptop can reach only the Bastion. The Bastion can reach WEB01 over SSH. WEB01 can reach the dashboard service named Dash on port 8080. And it can also reach a deeper database SSH host, DB01. Your config has host Bastion, host WEB01, host Dash, and host DB01. The DB01 stanza uses ProxyJump Bastion WEB01, which is a real, open SSH jump chain. To view the dashboard, run SSH-N or the on-screen command. Capital N means do not run a remote shell, just keep forwarding. Open the local URL shown. To administer the database host over SSH, run SSH DB01 and the same jump path is reused from config. The first mistake is binding the local side to every interface. If you use 0.0.0.0, people on your network may reach your forwarded admin service through your laptop. Prefer 127.0.0.1 unless you have a documented reason. Second, do not scatter tunnels under host star where every SSH target inherits them. Third, protect the config and multiplex sockets. /SSH should be mode 700, /SSH config mode 600, and the control path directory mode 700. Fourth, keep host key checking intact for bastions and private hosts. Fifth, scripts need batch mode yes, so they fail cleanly when a key, agent, or host key problem appears, instead of waiting forever. This capstone sits in the middle of the practitioner tier. Earlier, we covered SSH config, so names, users, ports, and identity files live in one managed place. We covered bastions as a defensive boundary, not just a convenience host. We covered local forwarding with -L and why the bind address matters. We covered ControlMaster. The first connection creates a master socket, later connections reuse it. And Control Persist keeps it warm for a short window. We also covered automation profiles, batch mode yes, connect timeout, and predictable exit codes are what make SSH usable inside maintenance scripts without surprise prompts. Try the mechanics on a machine or VM you administer. You need SSHD running locally, or do this between two of your lab VMs. In one terminal, start a tiny web server with the Python command shown. In a second terminal, run the SSH LocalForward to localhost. That says, listen on local port 188080, carry traffic through SSH, and connect to localhost port 8080 from the server side. In a third terminal, curl the forwarded URL. You should see the directory listing from the Python server. Stop the tunnel with Ctrl-C, then move the same idea into blank SSH config and repeat with SSH-N. 3 beats to keep. 1. ProxyJump belongs in config, including chains like Bastion, WEB01, when that is the approved path. 2. Local tunnels should be explicit, loopback scoped, and checked with ExitOnForwardFailure so failure is visible. 3. Practitioner setups need speed and automation discipline. ControlMaster with a protected socket directory, plus BatchMode profiles for jobs and scripts. Write down which private service each tunnel reaches and who owns it. Next episode, we keep building from admin convenience into defensible operations. New SSH episode daily on this channel, from zero to expert, plus the daily ranked CVE brief for what needs attention now.